Okay, so there's a lot of talk about the difference between PC and Mac, or more specifically, a Windows machine as opposed to Linux and in a Mac. Now, on this Windows, I can have multiple desktops, and I can do all my chemistry stuff on one desktop, for instance, and all my coding stuff on the other desktop. Now, right now, what I'm doing is watching a video on my Mac on the functionality of read lines for this assignment I have in my coding class. However, if I want to jump back to chemistry on this computer, I can easily do so. I was watching this YouTube video on the Lewis structure for the fluoride ion, for instance. And the one thing I'll say, well, the functionality is the same using mission control on the Mac to get multiple desktops. The functionality is the same in the sense of the ultimate output is that I have multiple desktops. It is aesthetically a little bit more cool the way it works on the Mac. I'll say that. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. What Mac got right in particular, when I compare iPhone to Android, for instance, is battery life. And same thing with the Mac. This thing has a phenomenal battery life. Not as much for my ultimate Windows machine. But that's another story. There's a definite use case for Windows, at least in the sense that engineering really relies more heavily on Windows ecosystem than the Mac ecosystem. But there are a lot of things that I will admit, as a PC guy, are kind of cool on the Mac, like battery life and aesthetic things. Another thing that I think us Windows people have complained about a lot is there's really no huge difference between doing Control X versus Command X. It's really just getting used to it, but whatever, it's just a different key. It's the same idea.